We heard from Angel Reese today, and we heard from Tyler Marsh. Tyler Marsh, folks, let's send our best wishes to Tyler Marsh. He's about to be called every name under the book. Sellout, Uncle Tom. They didn't even think, they didn't have the forethought to even say, this is what our story is going to be, and we need to stick to it. This is what our alibi is going to be, and we need to stick to it.
The WNBA has initiated a review into recent comments that have sparked concern, despite limited supporting evidence. This move has prompted widespread discussion and curiosity. However, what Chicago Sky coach Tyler Marsh shared about his involvement, or absence of action, during the game has caught many off guard. Could his words shed new light on the situation? As events unfold, Marsh's remarks are drawing significant attention throughout the league.
There's actually something newsworthy said today in regards to the alleged hateful fan comments made toward Angel Reese during the Fever and Sky game on Saturday, because the Sky actually gathered for practice today, and they spoke, and both the coach and Reese.
Statement that's making waves across the basketball world, Chicago Sky coach Tyler Marsh shared details that appear to conflict with Angel Reese's account of recent events. With no confirmed video or audio recordings to support the circulating claims, many are asking why the WNBA is launching an investigation based largely on online speculation, rather than celebrating the high-level performance seen on the court. The controversy seems to have emerged from unverified social media posts. So what exactly did Marsh reveal, and how do Reese's posts compare to her current public stance? If you're backing Indiana, show your support with a "Let's Go Fever" in the comments!
More notable comments came from Tyler Marsh, the head coach of the Chicago Sky. Here is what he said without further ado, which is probably the biggest bit of information, actual information we've gotten since this whole can of worms was opened, other than the actual statement.
Tyler Marsh may have just shifted the entire conversation around the WNBA investigation with a brief but powerful statement. "I heard when everyone else did." That was his clear response when asked when he first became aware of the reported comments during the Fever Sky matchup. Consider the implications. Marsh, the head coach of the Chicago Sky and a courtside witness to the game, says he only found out about the allegations through social media, just like the general public. He added, "I think it's something we became aware of, and we're cooperating fully with whatever steps the league takes." His remarks highlight growing concerns about the credibility of the investigation and the increasing influence of social media in shaping public perception.
Talk about investigation with the achievers. We're going to have to investigation.
Yeah, I think we agree. I think we're, in compliance with them, with the league, and obviously there's no room or space in our game for hate. So we're complying with everything that's going on.
Coach, when did you become aware that there was hate speech that happened?
I think when everyone else did. I think that it's something that we heard about, and so again, we're just forthcoming with anything that the league is able to do investigation-wise.
Coach Tyler Marsh's recent comments have introduced new uncertainty into the ongoing WNBA investigation. When asked when he became aware of the alleged incident, Marsh stated, "I think when everyone else did." He further explained, "It's something we heard about, and we're cooperating fully with whatever the league decides to do in terms of the investigation." This statement is significant because it suggests that the Chicago Sky coaching staff and players were unaware of any inappropriate behavior during the game. According to Marsh, there were no signs of concern during timeouts, substitutions, or any in-game discussions. The team only became aware of the situation through the same social media posts circulating publicly. This development raises important questions about how the league is approaching the investigation and the extent to which online narratives are influencing official actions.
Quick follow-up on it. Just because you coached in Indiana, did you ever have any issues with that while you were coaching there?
I think my focus was always on the team and on the organization and doing my job as best as I could. And so, it's kind of.
Were you learning this throughout the game, or just at that moment?
Oh, I was concentrated on our team and what we were doing in game plan-wise against Indiana.
Despite the absence of confirmed evidence, the WNBA has proceeded with a formal investigation. In an official statement, the league said, "The WNBA strongly condemns racism, hate, and discrimination in all forms. They have no place in our league or in society. We are aware of the allegations and are looking into the matter." However, the statement notably does not reference any concrete evidence. The game in question was broadcast nationally, with numerous cameras and microphones capturing every moment, from the sounds of sneakers on the court to player and coach communication. Yet no audio or video has surfaced to support the claims. Courtside reporters did not report hearing anything unusual, fans did not post footage online, and no concerns were raised with security during the game. These details raise valid questions about the league's approach and the extent to which online discussion is influencing official decisions.
But the telling admission is, we found out, or I found out when everyone else did. When did you become aware? When everyone else did. What does that indicate? That the Sky did not know or did not hear anything in real time or see anything in real time. So that makes the Sky, that makes the Fever, that makes me, that makes everyone I talked to who was in the arena, everyone else who has spoken from the arena.
2024, with an arena packed with smartphones, not a single video or audio recording of the alleged comments has emerged. The broadcast team made no mention of any incident, commentators remained silent on the matter, and the in-arena announcer never addressed inappropriate behavior. Security was not called upon to remove anyone either. So what exactly is the WNBA investigating? Without solid evidence, it's difficult to understand how this inquiry is grounded in anything beyond social media speculation.
That makes no cameras, no cell phones. So far, no nothing. To substantiate the alleged hateful fan comments or fan misconduct or however you want to label it, which makes me question mightily what the investigation is based on. And I would love to hear on the record what the investigation is based on, because based on all the information we have, the leading theory has to be it's based on the social media.
Who really gains from these allegations? The answer becomes obvious when you check the final score. Indiana, 93, Chicago, 58. The Sky were thoroughly outplayed on their own court, and Angel Reese's performance was overshadowed. Despite this, the WNBA treated social media rumors as the basis for an official investigation. Yet no one present at the game has confirmed the claims. This raises concerns about the handling of the situation. So what actually happened during those 40 minutes of gameplay when these alleged comments were said to have occurred? Let's examine what the footage actually shows.
There's another post from an account that I think now went private or deactivated that alleged things were said to Reese, but no even proof that that person was there or not. Whether they were there or not, whether they saw or heard anything or not, nothing to back it up. And if that is indeed the case, it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. It really, really now seems like this is based on social media, and that the social media stuff was based on Sky fans online who couldn't handle getting the belt to the ass, who couldn't handle the beating that the Indiana Fever put out on the Sky.
The story changes when you watch the game. With 4:38 left in the third quarter, Caitlin Clark was called for a flagrant foul on Angel Reese. Reese immediately confronted Clark, not the crowd. If offensive comments came from the stands, wouldn't Reese have reacted differently? Aaliyah Boston stepped in to separate them, earning a technical foul, and Reese also received one. This shows the alleged crowd comments didn't affect Reese. During the game,
and there is a lot of history there with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. You guys remember last year when Angel Reese celebrated Kennedy Carter getting that flagrant foul on the hip check against Caitlin Clark? You remember that? On the sideline, just, yeah, baby, get her, you get her.
Throughout the entire exchange, no player pointed to the stands or alerted officials about fan behavior. Coaches didn't mention anything to referees, and officials didn't warn the crowd or call security. Everyone stayed, focused on the game, and the body language speaks for itself. Reese was clearly upset by the physical play, not anything from the crowd. The reactions from Clark, Reese, and their teammates were typical of an on-court confrontation, with no signs that anyone heard inappropriate comments from the stands.
After the foul that Caitlin Clark put on Angel Reese tried to hit her. But if it wasn't for Aaliyah Boston putting her arms in the way, Angel Reese would not be playing basketball anymore. because she was going to sucker punch Caitlin Clark.
Meanwhile, the Fever dominated the Sky, winning 93-58 in a crushing blowout. The Sky struggled on their home court, clearly outplayed in every way. When a team faces such a heavy loss, tensions rise and frustration builds. It's natural. The Clark-Reese confrontation reflected that frustration sparked by the team's difficult night.
So Tyler Marsh is about to get run out of Chicago. First things first, let's hear what Angel Reese has to say. Let's hear Angel Reese. And if you guys pay attention, listen to her voice and listen to how she's on the edge of breaking down. Very funny.
Yeah, obviously there's no place in this league for that. I think the WNBA.
Let's also watch the nervous body language, the nervous twitching. Yeah.
Our team and our organization has done a great job supporting me. I've had communication from everyone, from so many people across this league, and being able to support me and going through this whole process. Obviously, it could happen to me, it could happen to anyone, and I think they've done a great job supporting us in this.
How did it affect you Saturday, trying to do your job, trying to play, and having this going on simultaneously?
Yeah, obviously it's tough, but I think I have a great support system. I'm loved by so many people, and obviously in the moment it's hard to hear, but my support system is.
What do you think of the league's response, just coming out right away and getting that investigation going?
Yeah, obviously, like I said, they understand that this is the priority. Obviously, there's no place for this, and they preach. I think 2 days before they put out no hate, no speech. And obviously, the women in this league, they know that, and know there's no space for that. And I believe that every player in this league deserves to be treated with respect and want to come to work and just have fun and have a great environment to work at. So I think they've done a great job putting that out, and we're obviously just going to respond as they need to.
Were you able to?
Damn, I really wish Angel Reese would talk and step up about all of her fans calling people all these nasty names. Oh, how being silent is such a blessing. Such a blessing it is to be silent and have nobody being critical.
Like Caitlin said, she answered it perfectly. She said, I didn't hear her say anything, but that doesn't mean anything happened. But now, when you have Caitlin saying that, and Bree Turner saying what she said, which implied she didn't hear her say anything, and Stephanie White saying what she said, which implied she didn't hear her say anything, and Kyler Marsh saying he found out when everyone else did, and myself, and no one, who was courtside, no cameras, no video, no nothing. What else are we supposed to think? Especially when the entire thing is vague. Especially when the line of questioning to Angel Reese is vague. No one in those first few questions asked Angel what she saw or heard. Now, according to James Boyd of The Athletic, he said that she was later asked, were you able to give the WNBA details of where the general vicinity was? You heard stuff. And she said, that's not a me question, meaning it wasn't for her. Then later somebody asked, what would you like the league to do with those fans? And Sky PR interrupted, saying she already answered that. But I really wish she would, first someone would ask her. And then, I think when she said it's hard to hear, meaning it's hard to hear as like you don't like to hear, or you couldn't actually hear. Just the whole vague aspect of it, and just kind of everybody just going along with it. When I don't know if there's anything to actually go along with.